Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oddburger's live corporate webinar. This is David Vidala from RBMG. Oddburger is listed on the TSX Venture Exchange under the symbol ODD and on the OTCQB under the symbol ODDAF. Joining us today is the company's co-founder and CEO, James McInnes. We'll be going through Oddburger's September investor presentation. This will include an overview of current operations, their Q3 financials, some recent achievements, and upcoming milestones. At the end of the presentation, we will open it up for questions for management to address. If you are interested in asking a question and are logged into the Zoom app or web platform, you can submit your questions to us directly in the chat module. Please note, this presentation is being recorded today, Wednesday, September 7th, 2022, and will soon be made available on the company's website at oddburger.com. Today's call may contain forward-looking statements that are subject to risks and uncertainties that may cause actual results, performance, or developments to differ materially from those contained in the statements and are not guarantees of future performance of the company. No assurance can be given that any of the events anticipated by the forward-looking statements will occur, or if they do occur, what benefits the company will obtain from them. Also, some risks and uncertainties may be out of the control of the company. Oddburger has a full disclaimer on page 2 of their presentation. Lastly, RBMG is not a registered investment advisor or broker-dealer. For more information, please visit rbmilestone.com. And now I'll hand it off to James. James, the stage is yours.
Thanks so much, David. And I am super excited today to talk all about Oddburger, and I welcome all of the new people watching, new investors that are looking to invest in our company, as well as current investors, and giving everyone a really exciting update. Oddburger is a plant-based technology company that's disrupting the fast food industry. And this is really the industry that we're focused on, because the fast food industry is such a huge industry and is really, in my opinion, ripe for disruption. Did you know that you can create a better world by eating fast food? Doesn't that seem odd? Now, it is odd because when you think about it, we don't really consider that fast food can have an impact on the planet and on the environment. And the reality is that the fast food industry is one of the most destructive industries in the world. Not only from rainforest destruction for growing food for cattle, land usage, water usage, and this is primarily because the fast food industry relies on animal-based proteins. So what Oddburger is doing is we're doing things differently, we're thinking differently, we're recreating the fast food industry by basing the food on sustainable sources of protein and sauces. And this is really what Oddburger does, while of course making sure that it tastes amazing still. So this is our mascot, Chickpea, and Chickpea is really represents what Oddburger is and what Oddburger believes in, which is to save the planet, help our community, celebrate our differences, and of course have some fun doing it. Because what we want to do is we want to connect with people in a fun and a lighthearted way. Because although we're addressing serious issues, we want to make sure that we still are fun and delicious. So Oddburger, the way we do this is we're split really into two primary divisions: our fast food chain, which is Oddburger, and our food manufacturing company. And these two divisions work together to create change. So these here are the brands. You can see Oddburger on the left. This is the brand that probably most people are most familiar with. If you've been to a restaurant, and we're a fully branded restaurant with branded packaging, branded kiosks, fully branded stores, completely designed from scratch. And our other brand is Preposterous Foods, and Preposterous Foods is where we make all of our delicious food that is used at our restaurants. So that includes things like boneless wings, our Euro meat, tzatziki sauce, crispy chicken fillets. All the core products that our restaurants use are made by our manufacturing division. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Oddburger and discuss a little bit more about our menu. So what makes Oddburger so cool? Well, I mean, I think the coolest thing in my mind is that we really remove the guilt of eating fast food. And that is such a huge factor, because if you think of our relationship with the fast food industry, it is one that is based on guilt. You don't feel good about eating fast food. You hide the wrappers in the back of the car. It's a very something that you can't feel proud of, and certainly don't want to share on social media. With Oddburger, it has completely changed that paradigm. people are able to celebrate eating fast food again. They're able to be proud of sharing it with their friends and refer friends now through our new app. So it's a really cool thing and an amazing thing that we've changed. And the key here is that we offer a full menu, including breakfast, ice cream, shakes, burgers, wraps, and these are all at prices that are comparable to major fast food chains. So really, when you think about it from the consumer point of view, you're getting food that tastes amazing, tastes way better than other fast food chains, in my opinion, priced at about the same price. And this really brings people back over and over again because they're getting that value. Now, how do we actually execute this on the back end? Well, we've developed something called smart kitchens. And smart kitchens are cool because, well, they're smart. And the way that we've developed our cooking technology is that we've pre-programmed the cooking equipment, and it can cook our food in as little as 30 seconds. And it can fit all into less than 1,000 square feet. For example, our kitchen alone is only about 200 square feet. So you're talking about a very compact front of house kitchen. The customers can see orders being prepared, and because everything's pre-programmed, because all our cooking technology is so streamlined, we actually haven't burned a burger in like 3 years. So this proprietary sort of system has been absolutely phenomenal and results in consistent food that's made to order. So this is not food that's sitting around that is slapped on your burger 30 minutes or 40 minutes after it's made. It's actually cooked and made when you order it, and this is a huge difference. We are also developing some really neat proprietary technology that will automatically garnish food at our restaurant locations. So we are complete the design phase. We're now entering the prototype phase. The objective is to make food preparation faster and more efficient, and to rely less on people at our restaurants. Really, and we want to focus our staff and our people on communicating with customers and taking care of customers, and really that customer experience, as opposed to just having your head down making food. And the way we're going to do that is through the development and implementation of technology. And for the customer, it's going to allow the customers to do really cool things, like, for example, design your own burgers exactly how you want it, and get that burger made anywhere at any Odd Burger, right down to the milliliter of sauce or the gram of onion. So it's a very exciting technology that we're still developing. It's still somewhat early in development, but it is something that we're working on. It has just tremendous potential. And of course, what are people saying about the food? Well, people of course love the food. Over 7,000 ratings on DoorDash at our Toronto location, 4.7 stars. Average Google rating across our locations are 4.8 stars. So really, it is a testament to the fact that we've developed a fantastic menu. Both vegans and non-vegans are coming in droves, and of course the ratings that people are giving are fantastic. So this is a huge factor that we've succeeded at. And of course, our commitment to community, because we really feel like we are really mission driven. So we're not just here to make food and that's it. We really want to connect our community and bring the community together. And that's why we do for every store that we open, we partner with vegan organizations. And we give back to those organizations through a donation, and really showing that we are here to support the communities that we are in, and that's just a huge part of what we do. I'm going to just talk a little bit about Preposterous Food now, and a little bit more about what we have going on there. So Preposterous Food, as I said, is our manufacturing division, and it is a subsidiary of our parent company, Odd Burger. Right now, we manufacture 13 different plant-based proteins and 8 different plant-based sauces and dressings. And we use primarily simple and natural ingredients like chickpeas, wheats, oats, and beans. And these natural and simple ingredients really connect with our customers, because when our customers come to our restaurants, they can not only taste that the food is made with high quality, good ingredients, but it's also less processed than other comparable plant-based products on the market. And customers really, I think, are questioning, some of these highly processed plant-based products, if there are any benefits, are any health benefits to eating them. And this is why we have always used very simple products. For example, our chicken products are made with only 5 ingredients, very natural ingredients. And this is again part of our success. We also have a national distribution agreement with Sysco. So right now we have over 20 products listed with Sysco. And this, again, Sysco allows us to open restaurants anywhere across North America or the world. They are the leader in food service products. And we're also able to leverage that Sysco sales and marketing team. We are also in the process now of offering some of our products to external customers. So external institutions, restaurants, different schools, hospitals, that kind of stuff will be on the path as well. So again, taking some of our more generic products, like something like our ground beef, and using that in products like that we wouldn't necessarily serve at a restaurant. So whether it's a pasta sauce or a casserole or a lasagna, that kind of stuff, because there's such tremendous diversity in how you can use our products. So our current manufacturing facility is located in London, Ontario. As I said, 65% of all the food sold is manufactured by us. Our product line is 100% nut-free with some gluten and soy-free products. We're HACCP certified, CFA registered, and we have a proven product line developed over 7 years with thousands of customers trying and loving our products. And this is just a glimpse into the future of our new manufacturing facility. Now, this is a very exciting project that we have already commenced. So back in July, we purchased a 5.5-acre site for a new 50,000 square foot facility in London, Ontario. You can see here some of the renderings that show you what the building is proposed to look like. And the facility will be expandable up to 150,000 square feet. So as we grow, we will be able to grow with it. We anticipate that the facility will support hundreds of Odd Burger locations and will also allow us to create a retail line for grocery stores. So we're designing that into the development of this facility so we could support both. So again, very exciting for different sales channels and allow us to grow in different ways. The construction process is estimated to be complete in 1 to 2 years after we complete our permit approval, and that's something that we're currently in the process of doing. And this facility is about 10 times larger than our current facility. So again, huge potential for output and for monetization from this project. So I'm going to put it all together now and just sort of bring everything together in a very high level. So if you look at our revenue streams from Odd Burger Corporation, we have these 3 different revenue streams: Preposterous Foods, which we sell food to franchise restaurant locations. Food sales to external restaurants and institutions. That's something that we're in the starting process of doing now. We have our Odd Burger corporate revenue from restaurants that we own corporately, and we sell obviously food directly to customers. And then the future of our growth is primarily going to be Odd Burger franchise restaurant revenue, where we have a $35,000 franchise fee and we get a 5% recurring royalty as gross sales. In addition to, with every franchise sold, obviously we also get the sales from Preposterous Foods from selling them the products as well. A few competitive advantages, which I've touched on before: 100% vegan company. Right now, we are one of the very few vegan fast food chains in existence. Certainly in Canada, we're by far the leader in terms of traditional fast food restaurants. And also in the States or in the world, there are not too many competitors out there that have more locations than us. We have unique plant-based products that we develop and manufacture. Again, we are developing these things. We're not just taking products that you can get off the shelf, and we're making things so that the customer gets a very unique food experience, which is super important. On-demand cooking for fresh tasting and food. As I talked about, we can make food in as little as 60 seconds. Our smart kitchens and proprietary technology, and the fact that even right now you can run an Odd Burger with as little as 1 staff. So we staff our restaurants with between 1 and 3 people traditionally, which is, again, a huge advantage right now in these really tight labor markets. And we have not had any issues staffing our restaurants to date, which is a testament to our operations and our minimum staffing requirements. So a little bit about our growth strategy. So we have right now 92 locations in total operational or under development agreements. And I'll talk a little bit more about what those development agreements look like and mean in the next slide. We have 7 locations operational in Ontario. We're just about to open our 8th in Brampton. So it's very exciting. The site is pretty much done in construction. We're just in the store setup phase now. We signed 9 additional franchise agreements. So that includes right across Canada: Vancouver, Victoria, Calgary, Ottawa, Edmonton, Brampton, Oakville, Regina, and Surrey. So again, we really focused on our west expansion from Ontario and out west. We are going to be starting the easterly expansion, going the other way, including Quebec and the East Coast provinces. So very exciting expansion initiatives there. And also, really, our big focus is going to be our planned U.S. franchise initiatives. We're going to be starting in non-registration states like Ohio, Florida, Texas, that kind of stuff, and we're going to be moving into the registration states. Our U.S. franchise agreement is pretty much complete and ready to go. So it's again very exciting, and it has really come together. The area development agreements are really agreements that we've signed with developers that have agreed to open a certain number of locations over a certain number of years. So they've purchased these territories from us. For example, in March 2022, we signed a deal for 36 new locations in Alberta and BC. And in June, we signed another one for 40 locations in Ontario over 8 years. So, again, we are starting to see an acceleration of franchise deals that we're signing from these area developers. And in fact, last month, we signed a record number of franchises, 4 franchises in a month. So again, very exciting, for us that this strategy is working out, and it is really bringing a lot more franchisees into our network. Now these area representatives, they have a yearly development quota, and what this does is it locks in our growth. So our idea is going to be to form more agreements like this, both in Canada, US, and internationally, to lock in our growth and to provide a better growth trajectory for us. Now, of course, the other benefit is that it provides on-the-ground support for franchisees. So instead of us corporately having to put in local management to help franchisees, the area representatives or developers are going to largely do that task. So it reduces our costs and increases our efficiency. So a little bit of about our expansion timeline. We are still on track to have 50 locations under development or operational in 2023. We are projecting 20 locations operational by August 2023 of next year, and 30 locations under development. Now, obviously, these can change up or down depending on the deals that we sign, depending on the territories that we go into, and that's just something to keep in mind. But this is kind of where we're at right now. Now, if you look at the market, we are kind of in 2 markets. We're in the plant-based food market, which is projected to grow to be a $74.2 billion market. And we're also in the fast food market, which is projected to grow to be a $931 billion market by 2027. So both markets growing, both markets, big markets, especially the fast food market, a very, very big market that we're part of, and a huge potential for disruption. Even if we're just disrupting a few players or a very small part of that market, it is still a huge part. It's still a huge market. Recent market activity just kind of shows, I think, where the valuations are at for vegan fast food chains. Neat Burger raised, for example, $7 million at a $70 million valuation in October 21. Slutty Vegan recently raised in May $25 million at a $100 million valuation. Both of these chains have about the same number of locations as us. So again, we are, if you compare our current market cap, we are undervalued, I would say, compared to where the valuations have come in on the private market for our industry, which is interesting. But it just kind of shows where the market activity is at. There's still, I think, a lot of interest and a lot of investment going into vegan fast food. Historical performance and milestones. I won't talk too much about this because this just kind of goes through where we've gone since being a public company, but we've been public for just over maybe a year now. We went public in April 2021, so it's been about a year and a half, I guess. But really, I think the highlight here is that we have had tremendous growth. We've had tremendous progress. We've gone into national expansion strategies, and we've really largely executed on our plan, which we're really excited about. And I'll talk a little bit about our historical performance and our financials. So this last quarter, we had a all-time record quarterly revenue of $787,000. And that revenue comes primarily from our 6 corporate stores, our 1 franchise. And that is a 205% increase in revenue compared to physical Q3 2021, and a 23% increase in revenue compared to the last quarter of this year. We've also had our lowest quarterly loss since being a public company. So we've improved our loss 73% from fiscal year Q3 2021 and 6% from last quarter of this year. So really the idea here is what we're seeing is like as we continue to grow, we are getting more efficient. And that really, what that signifies is that if that trend continues, which we don't see why it wouldn't, that is how we drive towards profitability. We continue to lower our losses. We continue to get more efficient as we scale. And we are seeing that in all parts of our operation. We had a positive gross margin for the first time, which is fantastic this quarter. And we're really seeing all the signs that we are really starting to really perform as a company and deliver on what we have promised. A little bit about our board. The company was founded by myself and my wife, Vasiliki McInnes. So we continue to be obviously operating the company, and we are completely committed to what we're doing and our mission. We are very mission driven. We believe that really that we are going to create tremendous change in the industry. Our CFO, Ted, has a ton of experience. He has over 10 years experience at McDonald's Canada, so a lot of experience in the industry. Michael Fricker has a tremendous amount of experience in franchising. He was the former CFO at Bento Sushi with over 900 franchise locations. So again, a lot of experience in franchising. And our newest board member, Francois Arbor, fantastic entrepreneur, technologist, and a real marketing expert. And he's going to be helping us to really take our marketing and our brand to the next level. So we're super excited to have him on board as well. Last but not least, I'll talk a little bit about our share capitalization. Our current market cap is 33 million. Our share price is about 40 cents. Our range has been about 30 cents to $1.78. Total issued outstanding shares are 85 million and change. Founder shares, that's the shares owned by myself and Vasiliki, are 44.5 million. We own 52% of the outstanding shares. Recent transactions, we recently invested in the last private placement. We purchased an additional 1.5 million shares. So again, shows that our commitment and our belief in the company, and that we are continue to invest and put skin in the game into this, because again, we believe that there's such a tremendous future in what we're doing. And with that, I'll wrap it up. Just a couple last words that we really think that you're making a better choice for your body, the planet, and animals when you choose plant-based, when you go vegan. And Oddburger is here to really be that change in the world, to help the people and the consumers make the right choice. So with that, I will just let David take over some questions.
All right, thank you, James. If you are interested in asking a question and are logged into the Zoom app or web platform, you can submit your questions to us directly in the Q&A module. We'll now take a moment to develop that queue. And while we wait, we have received some preliminary questions through the registration process. So James, are you ready?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, first question. Will Oddburger have vegan restaurants in all developed countries?
Well, I mean that's the plan. I think the plan for Oddburger has always been global. It is not a Canadian brand. It's not a US brand. It's a global brand, just like McDonald's or Burger King or any of the other major fast food chains. We really see us as a major international brand, and that's how we are positioning yourself, and that's how we're positioning our growth. So again, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen overnight. These things take time, but with franchising and with how we're looking to grow, we are going to accelerate that process as quickly as we can. And I think that is the power of franchising, the power of having a model, the power of having a system in place at our restaurants, and I think we are definitely going to be able to do that in time. Okay.
The next question, and without putting too many forward-looking statements into your answer, what is the schedule to be operational, cash flow positive, EPS positive?
Well, as I said, I can't put a specific date on it, but as I said, if you look at how our financials are looking, if you look at our current quarter versus the last quarter, and versus a quarter from a year ago, our revenues are at all-time highs, our losses at all-time lows, and really as we push forward to do that, and franchising is a business that is known and considered to be very profitable. because you don't have a lot of the costs for operating your franchises are taken by franchisees. And this is the whole point. There's a partnership there. The franchisees get a fantastic business, and you really support them corporately. And this is part of the reason that we really been focusing on a franchise model, is because it is very profitable, and you can scale quickly. So I obviously cannot give definitive time and date, but we are continue to see that improvement and continue to see that trend going in the right direction, which is what you want and what you want to see in the numbers. And that's really where they're at.
Exactly. Can you elaborate on the past discrepancy between the estimated 20 operational Odd Burger locations within a year that was predicted last year, and now that the fact that there are only 7, about to be 8 locations currently opened? Is that due to finding franchisees, construction delays?
Yeah, no, actually, it was. I think really it was a fundamental shift in our strategy. I mean, our strategy initially was to open the 20 corporate stores and to finance those corporate stores through issuing more shares and doing additional private placements. With the tightening of the capital markets, we really had to somewhat switch strategies a little bit earlier than we had initially planned, and switch to a strategy which is really franchise focused. And that took time. It took time to obviously find new franchisees. It took time to put area developers in place. It took time to change that strategy a little bit early, and that set us back a little bit. But the benefit of that is we're going to see more benefit of that later on next year and the year following, because we started that process earlier. So although it did set us back a little bit, this year where we wanted to be, I think it was the right decision to make, and I think it was the right from the decision of saving a tremendous amount of capital when the capital markets are very tight at the moment. But it allows us to continue to grow, and we've built a huge franchisee pipeline both in Canada and internationally, which is going to really benefit us later on. So I think again, it was really just a switch in strategy, which is not wrong. It was just I think it's the right decision, and I think we're gonna really see the benefits of that going forward.
Great. All right, thanks. Regarding the new manufacturing facility, how are you planning on financing that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's actually it's interesting because this facility is going to be such a significant facility here in Canada. We've already received some interest from government organizations to help finance it, which is exciting. We've been talking to lenders, to banks that are very excited to finance it, because when you look at the output capacity and the profitability of this division of the company, you really start to see that that the manufacturing division is really what is going to primarily drive Odd Burger's revenue as a whole in the company. And so again, our focus is going to be obviously non-dilutive capital. We always try to focus on that, but there's obviously the potential that we're going to need to raise additional capital through private placements and that kind of stuff going forward. But again, we're seeing tremendous support from the government of Canada, and also big lenders here, big banks in Canada as well.
All right, great. Another question: will we be seeing any expansion into the maritime provinces in the future?
Yeah, the maritime is definitely going to be on our growth plan. We've already received quite a bit of interest actually from people that want to get going in the maritime. There is a lot of potential in the maritime. We have Quebec obviously in between there and here. Quebec is sort of like a huge market, huge potential, has a few complications due to obviously some language issues, but that's something that again we're going to be looking at and addressing. I think primarily though our focus is going to be on the US. That's kind of like the prize for us is the US market. But nevertheless our expansion strategy across Canada is there, and we're able to sign franchise agreements out east, and we're able to distribute our food out east through Sysco. So there really is no issue, nothing stopping us from expanding there. So again, this could be happening, sooner than expected. For example, we expanded into Saskatchewan sooner than we expected because we had a great franchisee come forward that really was there to to really lead the charge. So same kind of thing in out east. We're looking for that perfect franchisee.
Oh, nice. And someone's looking forward to the Victoria store opening. Is there a definitive date for that?
Well, the good thing about that site is we've basically fully secured the site, so that's very exciting. We're going to be announcing the site very soon. So keep an eye on socials. We're going to be announcing the site. They're going to start construction. So Victoria is coming. The site selection is the longest part in the process. It is the most challenging and longest part of the equation, which is really why in franchising you need to sort of hit it with a lot of locations in different areas, because sometimes it's easier or harder to find a location. In the case of Victoria, this is I think our third spot, which we've been trying, and this site looks to be that's 99% going to be going forward. So we're really excited to share that set soon.
With regard to site selection, we received a live question about that. Like how do you accomplish that? Does somebody help you do that? If you could say a few words about that.
Yeah, so really we rely primarily now on our area reps. So our area reps, they are experts in the areas, and the reason that we selected the area representatives that we did is because they all have a tremendous amount of real estate experience and a lot of connections with landlords. And if anyone knows, commercial real estate is all about that landlord connection and that relationship, and they have these existing relationships. So we are seeing the site selection process going quite well because of that, and again, they know the sites that we're looking for. So we're looking for that 1,000 square foot small footprint in a AAA plaza. That's going to be just really efficient, able to churn out a ton of food and have really low operating costs for the franchisee. So those are the type of sites that they're looking for. We are finding them. It's slower and faster depending on where you're looking, but yeah, I mean, I think this strategy has been really effective for us so far.
Great, thanks. How has your new app affected your sales since the launch?
Yeah, so the app has been a really interesting and amazing thing to see and watch, because when we launched the app, we weren't really sure what to expect. Is it going to cannibalize in-store sales? Is it going to take away sales from other digital channels? And so far, really what we've seen is that the app is just really adding quite a bit of revenue and quite a bit of sales to our restaurants, because there are such cool incentives for customers to use it. And so, for example, a customer gets a free burger when they download it. So we're getting like just tons of people trying the food, which is really the whole point of it. Because the hardest thing with a new product, any new product, is trying it out for the first time. So by just giving people a free burger on their first order, try the food, believe in it. Once you try it, you'll believe in it. It's been extremely effective. We've had over 3,000 people sign up since we launched it. That's just in the last couple of weeks. That's absolutely phenomenal. We're continuing to see fantastic growth with the app, and also what we're seeing is this viral sort of sharing with referral codes, because what you can do is you can share your code with your friends, with your influencer base if you're an influencer, and for everyone that signs up in the app and places an order, you get $5. So what we're seeing is that influencers are sharing it on their feed, getting, sometimes hundreds of people to sign up on the app just from sharing it. So it's a very powerful and viral marketing technique. And it's actually shocking to see how effective it's been so far. Again, we have to monitor and see, will this trend continue? Right now, it's looking like it is, and we'll just keep monitoring it. And there's still so much we can do with it in terms of marketing, targeting our customers, with additional offers and different incentives. And I think bottom line is customers are having a lot of fun using it, and that's really important.
Great, thanks. How is Oddburger look? How does the Oddburger timeline for having their products in supermarkets look?
So right now we're focused on food service, and the reason for that is that we currently have at our facility the ability to package on a food service scale. Now in our the grocery store rollout will likely come with our new facility, and because the thing with groceries, you have to be able to do tremendous amount of volume. And we don't want to be in a situation, obviously, where we can't supply our restaurants or we can't supply supermarkets. We want to make sure that we have massive amounts of volume to be able to sell the products and be able to do that. And that's, again, why we're building a new facility. That's why we're investing in. And that's it's going to be a core and central part of that launch. So again, I think it's going to come with our new facility, and that's already part of the plans.
All right. Well, we've got time for one more question, and it's with regard to the shares you recently purchased in the company. The question is, did you use personal funds to buy the shares in the company, and were they shares, warrants, or options?
Yeah, we used personal funds, and they were shares in the company, and they also had warrants as well. So we purchased shares at 40 cents with warrants at 60 cents, and along with a number of other investors that came in on the last private placement. So so we purchased 1.5 million shares with the ability to purchase 1.5 million warrants in the future, which, providing things go well, we will do.
Well, it's nice to see your interests are extremely aligned with the company's performance. So, and with that, thank you, James, and thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. Today's webinar recording will soon be made available on OddBurger's website. If you have any additional questions that you feel have not been addressed on this webinar, please feel free to email us at oddburger@rbmilestone.com. Again, that's oddburger@rbmilestone.com. Thanks again, and you are now free to disconnect.